What's up, everybody? This is Reoccurring Thoughts. I'm your host, Keidran Koger, and today we're going to do another SEC preview. I haven't done a 2019 SEC preview in a little while, so last time, if you remember, it's been a while back, but in the Tennessee preview, I said I was going to do Vanderbilt, the Vanderbilt Commodores next, so we're going to hop right into this one. I missed doing this, and like I said, I'm going to restart doing this again. Look out for some more SEC previews, but without further ado, let's talk about the Commodores. Last season, the Commodores finished the season 6-7. Of course, dropping the bowl game to Baylor in the Texas Bowl, 38-45, and they ended the season on a sour note, which it was a successful season by becoming bowl eligible and going to a bowl game. It was still disappointing to lose that game, so 2019 has a different outlook. They're looking forward to doing bigger things in 2016, or 2016. I'm getting way behind. 2019, and overall, they've got to replace Kyle Shermer. Although they have a good running back in Keyshawn Vaughn, they also have a solid. They've got to replace 3 starters on the O-line this year, so. A lot up front to replace, and they have solid skill guys. So one big thing for Vanderbilt that they have is Riley Neal, the transfer from Ball State, who is a looks like the replacement for Shermer, although he has to fight it out with Deuce Wallace for that position, that quarterback spot. While Neal started 32 games at Ball State, Deuce Wallace is rejoining the team. He was suspended for last season, so of course Wallace has more experience in Vanderbilt's system, but Neal is had more game experience. So plus the suspension is not going to help. It wasn't going to help Deuce Neal in this position anyway. So yes, so Riley Neal is a veteran that will probably come in and take that job. The receivers are really good, or at least somewhat decent. For Vanderbilt, Jared Pinkney came back. He decided not to go and declare for the draft. He ended up coming back. And Khalija Lipscomb and C.J. Bowler will be plenty of options for whoever starts, whether it's Riley Neal or Deuce Wallace. So, like I said, their O-line is losing 3 starters up front, and, of course, they need depth. And we know how Vanderbilt is as far as when it comes to having the same skill like the rest of the SEC, it's not as good because they do have those academic standards, which is okay. So this is why Vanderbilt's a great school. So they always have great kids that are very smart, so they know what they want to do. They know what they can do, so it's all right. On defense, of course, last season, the 2018 season, they had the second worst defense in the SEC. They were 0-5 when they allowed more than 31 points, and the offense was not good enough to compete at that pace with the other teams or the opponent. Hopefully the pass rush gets better this year with the incoming freshman Davian Davis and more impact players coming in or good freshmen coming in. Davian Davis is a product from this area that went to he's out of James Clemens High School. And yes, so hopefully he can help the Commodores do something in their pass rush next season. Returning with at linebacker, Dayo Odeyingbo is a player that's coming back, and of course that's a good thing. At linebacker, of course, they've got to generate more pass rush on defense, so hopefully he can get that rolling along with Davian Davis. So out of last year's defense, 4 of their 5 top tacklers are gone. Although Dimitri Moore is back at linebacker, and Kopit and Daly are back in the secondary, they still need guys that can tackle. So, of course, hopefully those guys can do it for Vanderbilt. Just going back to what I said, their offense, they've got enough weapons on the field to do something. Derek Mason's squad is always pretty good pretty good on offense, or has been recently pretty good on offense. So I'm excited to see what he can do. I like Derek Mason as a coach. It just seems that he lacks the talent because he is at Vanderbilt. Nobody seems to want to go to Vanderbilt. They want to go to Alabama, Auburn, LSU, Florida, all those different teams, Georgia, but not Vanderbilt. But Vanderbilt, like I said, is a rigorous school. So they expect a lot, and they deserve to expect a lot, like any other college should expect a lot. So Vanderbilt's a good school to me, and I look forward to seeing how they do this season. On defense, last season they gave up 31 points a game, which is or they gave up 26 points a game, which was better than what they gave up the year before, which was 31. So Vanderbilt got better on defense. So hopefully this year they can continue to get better. Some players to look out for. Some players to look out for next season would be, of course, running back Keyshawn Vaughn. He took a lot of pressure off Cal Shermer last year, and without Shermer, hopefully he can take some more pressure off of. Hopefully he can take some more pressure off whoever the quarterback is this season. Some more offensive players to look out for. Like I said, Jared Pinckney, not declaring for the draft was a big thing for the Commodores. Kalijah Lipscomb is another player to look out for. Riley Neal, C.J. Bowler. Those are the 5 guys that I would say on the offensive side look out for Vanderbilt. On the defensive side, Dimitri Moore, a young, talented linebacker, inside linebacker, can hit, can run, and can. He's more of a inside 3-4 guy, but yes, he's a good football player for Vanderbilt. And the other defensive players to look out for, in my opinion, would be Frank Kopit. Like I said, Frank Kopit, a good safety that will have to fix some of that tackling for Vanderbilt that they lost. Odeyingbo, I can't even say his name, but he's a junior defensive end. Hopefully he can help them in their pass rush. Drew Birchmeyer, Tay Daly also as a safety, and Birchmeyer is a defensive tackle. So hopefully they can be fine up front. And honestly, I'm going to get into Vanderbilt's schedule next season, just predicting what they'll do. Of course, this is all my opinion, so let's hop right into it. So, describing their schedule, they play host to Georgia first game of the season in Nashville, and on August 31st, Purdue September 7th in Indiana on the road. They play LSU the 21st, so they'll get about the 14th, and then they'll play LSU. They play LSU on the 21st, so the next game will be Northern Illinois, and they play them September 28th at home in Nashville. The next game will be October 5th. They play Ole Miss in Oxford on the road. So that'll be a good game to look out for. October 12th, they play UNLV at home in Nashville. October 19th, they play Missouri. They play host to Missouri. November 2nd, they play at South Carolina. November 9th, they play at Florida in Gainesville. November 16th, they play at home to Kentucky. November 23rd, they play East Tennessee State at home. And, of course, they close the season with their rival Tennessee. So, tough schedule, looking at it from a glance. Tough schedule for Vanderbilt. Kind of shocked that I'd be shocked if they came out of this season with a 8 or more win record. But if I'm going to predict it, I'm going to go ahead and do that for you guys. Here we go. So, first game, Georgia. Okay, Georgia is a powerful squad, powerful team, and we'll preview them soon. But overall, do I see Vanderbilt winning this game? No, but hopefully they can be competitive. They'll start the season 0-1, in my opinion, against Georgia. Next up, Purdue. They got to go on the road to Indiana, Big Ten country. Purdue's coming off of a big bowl game loss, wanted to avenge that. Rondell Moore, and Purdue's going to win this game and at home. They're not going to lose this one at home. So Vanderbilt, that's 0-2. LSU, that's a home game, the second home game for the Commodores. Do I see them winning this game? LSU, no, because there's really high expectations for LSU this year. Plus, LSU is the better overall team, so LSU would win this one. Vanderbilt's overall record this far, 0-3 to start the season. They play host to their second non-conference opponent, Northern Illinois. I think they'll beat Northern Illinois. That'll be a first win of the season, 1-3. They'll play Ole Miss next game, October 5th. I believe that'll be a win on the road for the Vanderbilt Commodores. They'll start the season 2-3. UNLV, another non-conference game, their third one. That'll be a win, of course. Against Missouri, I don't see them beating Missouri in the next game after UNLV. Just because of what Missouri is bringing to the table. Plus, Missouri isn't playing in a bowl game this year, just because of what happened with their academic stuff and their athletes. So they're banned from a bowl game this year. So I don't see them losing any this game against Vanderbilt. So Missouri's the winner in this one. So Vanderbilt is 3-4 at this point in the season after going on a 3-0 run, in my opinion, to finish off September and start October. November 2nd, they play South Carolina at South Carolina in Columbia. I don't see them winning that game just because Jake Bentley is projected, I would say, in my opinion. I think he's one of the top 5 quarterbacks projected in this next draft. So that'll be a good watch. The next game will be against Florida. Right now they're 4-5. They'll lose to Florida. They'll go to 4-6. I think that'll be a loss for them simply because Dan Mullen's squad is on the come up. Next game would be Kentucky. I see them losing to Kentucky. They're 4-6 at this point. That'll be 4-6. Yeah. I'm getting off on my count. I'll have to go back and talk about it again. I don't know why I'm getting off on my count, but anyway, I see them. I can't even think. Anyway, we'll go back. We'll go back and count it up. Let me go back and count it up because I don't know why. I don't know why I said 4-6, but let's check it. A loss to Georgia, a loss to Purdue, a loss to LSU. That's 3. A loss to Missouri. That's 4. A win. Okay, so 5 losses at Florida. Okay, so yeah, I see them losing to Kentucky. That'd be their 6th loss of the season. Just because of what Kentucky built on last year, I believe they'll build on that season. So I look forward to watching Kentucky this year. The next game would be East Tennessee State. That'd be a win for them, of course. Another non-conference game that should be a cakewalk for Vanderbilt. And last but not least, they close the season with Tennessee. And as we did in our Tennessee preview, I see Vanderbilt losing this game just because I expect Tennessee to be a lot better this year. I don't know. Tennessee it feels like they'll be better with Jim Chaney helping Jared Garantano to get better as a quarterback. So, and with a first-year defensive coordinator in Derek Ansley, I don't know. I just see I see Tennessee winning this game and winning this game pretty good. So, if I was to go back and tally it up, that looks like a 5-7 season for Vanderbilt. So, like I said, a loss at Georgia, a loss at Purdue, a loss at LSU, a win at Northern Illinois, a win at Ole Miss, a win against UNLV. That's 3-3 to start the season. A loss at Missouri. That's 3-4. A loss at South Carolina. That's 3-5. A loss at Florida. That's 3-6. No, I said a win at South Carolina. Man, I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. Hold on. I'm losing my mind. Let me go back. I'm going crazy. No. In my prediction, I had Kentucky losing. Oh my goodness, I'm crazy. Kentucky's gonna get upset by Vanderbilt. Let me start over. Let me start over. Let me start over from that one. Man, I am losing my mind. Anyway, let's get back into it. Come on, Kobe, you gotta do your thing, man. So I see them beating Kentucky. In my original one, I had them beating Kentucky. And the reason I see them beating Kentucky is because Vanderbilt is going to be somewhat talented, and they're not going to lose every game. This is a tough schedule, very tough schedule. So if they were to sneak one, this would be the game, would be Kentucky. So I'm going to go back and redo this. So Georgia, a loss. Purdue, a loss. LSU, a loss. 0-3 to start the season. Next three games, Northern Illinois, Ole Miss, and UNLV. I see them winning all three of those. That'd be a 3-3 start to the season. Missouri's the next opponent. That's 3-4. I see them losing that game. South Carolina, I see them losing that game. That'd be 3-5. Florida, I see them losing that game. That'd be 3-6. Then they play host to Kentucky at home. I see them beating Kentucky. Again, I see them beating Kentucky. And the next game would be East Tennessee State. I see them beating East Tennessee State, and then that'll be a 5-6 record. And I see them closing the season off with a loss at at Tennessee, their rival. So overall, a 5-7 season for the Vanderbilt Commodores, and obviously, it's not something they want to have. They want a positive record or a 500 record. And I just don't see it, especially how tough this schedule is. That's a tough schedule, non-conference and conference schedule. I mean, you got to play Georgia first game of the season. You got to play LSU third game of the season. You got to play Purdue second game of the season. Florida. I mean, that's a difficult schedule. Tennessee. I mean, oh my goodness, that's difficult to think about. But Vanderbilt's going to get tough. They'll get better, and they'll continue to fight like they always have. So, a 5-7 season is my prediction for the Vanderbilt Commodores, and they can still make a bowl game with that. With the way that college football has been recently, a lot of teams haven't made it to that 6-win threshold. So, yeah, they can still make it to a bowl game. They'd probably be one of the first choices. So, just because their academic rate is so high, so that's my prediction for Vanderbilt. And don't get me wrong, I do think Vanderbilt's going to be okay. I just don't think they'll make a bowl game this year. So, or no, they can still make one. I just don't believe they will at a 5-7 record. So, quote of the day, of course, I got to bring it to you, is sponsored by no one, but it's by Frederick Nietzsche. I can't even say his last name, but the quote is, "That which does not kill us makes us stronger." Let's say that again. Friedrich Nietzsche. I can't even say his name. That which does not kill us makes us stronger. Kanye West said the best. That don't kill me can only make me stronger. I need you to hurry up now, because I can't wait much. No, I can't do that. But, yes, what doesn't kill us makes us stronger, people. Embrace it. Embrace difficulty, man. Embrace difficulty. Smile, 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 and be happy. This is Reoccurring Thoughts. I'm your host, Keidron Koger. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you for listening. You guys are awesome. My fans are awesome, if I have any out there. But thank you for listening. If you can, subscribe, like different things, let's get this thing big, man. I enjoy what I'm doing. I enjoy talking. I enjoy doing this with the many supporters behind me. So thank you. This was a fun episode for me. Look out for more SEC previews, because I wish I could I'm going to get back into it, and I wish I would have done some over the past few weeks. But we're gonna get back into it. Next team we're gonna preview we're gonna look at an SEC West team this time. It'll be the Ole Miss Rebels. So look out for the Ole Miss Rebels preview next time. So thank you again for listening in. I'm your host, Keidron Koger. This has been Reoccurring Thoughts. Podcast number, I can't remember which podcast number, but I think it's 14. Podcast number 14. I'm your host, Keidron Koger. Like I said, Reoccurring Thoughts. Peace.